mic on.
All right, what's up? L up on set. Wanted to show you briefly what I'm working with here. This is a beat breakdown, and this one is a little bit complicated. It's more of a complicated production here. So we go to the beginning. Well, first of all, I have really can't tell you how many tracks I have. It's about 27 tracks, and I'm using Contact, which is up to 12 instruments actually. So I have the Alicia Keys, the Grandeur, Evolve is in here. I got an organ in here, the vintage organ. I got a Rising Hit, which comes in the Ultimate 10 and obviously 11. And I have my string ensemble, my cello ensemble. I got my double bass here, my viola and violin, and then I have Damage, and then Heaviosity, which is doing something. I don't remember what it is. And then if I can resize my window here, this is what I'm using whenever I work with strings. I always follow this chart as far as panning, where to pan to, right? And the further it goes back here, the you know, that's when I put reverb to make it seem further away. You know what I mean? So that's how I get my mix as far as that goes. So let's listen to the track. Okay, it sounds like it's waking up. There we go. So what I did here, I have two different pianos. Sound.com. Let's turn that down. That's my tag, as a matter of fact. All right. So two different pianos, as you guys saw, Alicia Keys and Grandeur. That's how it sounds by itself. The Alicia Keys, and then the Grandeur here. And I did some tweaking in here. I played around with the tone, the equalization, brought up some of the low keys, and I put a tape on here, just a little bit here, just to give it, more of a attack. And I also did a little adjustments here in the anatomy here. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I did some minor adjustments here in the Alicia Keys as well, and I got the reverb on. I'm messing around with the studio. I had the digital obvious. I think I just turned it off because it was too much, and the Grandeur was doing most of the reverb sounds or whatever. So I'm going between a lot of sounds here. So here's the organ. Real simple. And I got that stacked with something I'm doing here. Right. And we're gonna fix something here. I'm getting like one note at one part. I'm not really sure why. So let's see. Right. There we go. There we go. So sometimes when notes lapse over itself, if it's the same note, it'll cut out. Right? That's what I want. I was wondering what was going on. Right? So that's what I got going on there. So let's do that again. And I bounced this down from the Heaviosity or the Evolve, one of those. Now right here, I just took these and pitched them. So this one is 0, this one is -5, and this one is -7. And then my snare, I got those coming in at different velocities. I took it and did it first in damage, I think, and bounced them down. And I didn't like what I did, so I did further edit to it and kind of just did this. Pretty cool things you can do inside of Studio One. So so I'm also using Machine, as you can hear. Right. I done messed around and messed up the whole thing, hitting on sings and stuff. uh, Now something is out of whack here. So I also did like key switching in here to change up my strings. See, like I'm doing sustain here. Right? I stopped right there. And in here, there's a key switch here, like at the bottom. It's like low notes or whatever. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's like C0, like in that range, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. Well, here we go. Yep, C0. So I see it right here. So around maybe C0. Yep, that's C0 exactly. But in the C0 range, you can switch the key switching to change the articulation here, down here. So I had it at sustain at first, and then it switches to staccato, right? So let's see, which one is it? Just follow the meter. There we go. So it didn't quite change. It's supposed to change. There we go. Staccato. There we go. All right. So that's what we did. And this here, this little like curve or look like a heel. Basically that's automation changing the volume from what it was before, making it higher because it was low at first. And I have the same thing here. So here's my automation in the beginning. And the reason being is because when we are in multi instruments, there is no way to really control the volume of individual tracks. So I had to do something like I had to learn, I'll right click on these and hit learn automation, and I'm using my keyboard fader to move up and down the fader and record them inside of Studio One. and so it's being recorded there. Now my fader information for this volume is there, which is pretty cool. Um, so let's click off of that. Also, what I did was for my strings, I didn't do it to all of them. I need to do it to all of them, as a matter of fact. But my strings, all of them are supposed to come out of, supposed to route them out of 7 and 8. I made my own. Yeah. So stereo 3, okay, 3. Yeah, they all routed out. Stereo 3, 3. This one is not routed. So what I did was I wanted my strings to do something different, like as far as sound. So in my mixer area, this is reflecting the string, the output for that string. And what I did was I went here and activated the string out, right? And just click here. And so that's how I'm able to see my string out here. And I wanted to add iZotope alloy on it because I like what it sounds like as far as the preset inside of alloy, right? Alloy 2, that is. And then I have a EQ on here that actually it curves. No, it don't curves, but it's automated towards the end. So like when we like towards the end here, we can kind of see it. So like if we come back some, I have an automation lane. I have a lot of automation going on in this track. Right. So that's what I wanted to do. So all right, so now we're going to go ahead and master this out so I can bounce it down and get this out, right? So I'm gonna bring down everything because the whole point, and I teach this in my course. As a matter of fact, I have a mixing course. I have several of them on the website. If you go to artofsound.university, I teach this technique where you know, stage gaining and things like that, and an idea of where to keep your volume levels at, watching your meter here. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do, I have a CTC1 on here. So the other thing that I like to do, and I also talk about this in my mixing course, I have the CTC1 because it emulates a vintage circuitry, a vintage mixer circuitry. So it's almost like having a Neve board or a SSL board or what have you, because there's different presets in here and you can change it up to however you need to. I tend to have this on like around the beginning of the track when I start creating or when I start mixing. So then I'll just mix to that. Like I'll just pick the best that sounds good to me and mix according to the settings in here. So there is a tube, there is a custom, and so I pretty much just left it here. I like what that sound like for this particular. I usually stick around the custom, but I like what it sound like. I just left it there and mixed, according to that. I got used to that sound. Um, so what we're gonna do here is grab a Ozone, and you can grab whatever you use to master, but this is what I'm going to grab. Um, I usually put a compress on top, just depending on what's going on, but I'm just gonna go straight in using the Ozone right quick because this is just the track, and I like what it sounds like. Um, and I just want to go in and kind of widen it some more. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna turn on the dither, then we're gonna turn on the true peak in our maximizer here and in our image, and we're gonna kind of just play it. Right. Need a little help in the bottom end. Actually, I'm gonna go to my machine here. It sounded like it was tampered with, so let's bring it back up. We'll turn that down some. There we go. All right. Sounds pretty good to me. I like that. All right. All right, let's play that again. And we got a lot of low end that's kind of stereo. So one of the reasons why I like using the Ozone here is because I can kind of clean that up a little bit. So if I say let's solo the sides here. See, there's a lot of low end. Yeah, let's go here. Okay. Let's get some of the high end, just a tad bit of it. Let's see. Now I'm gonna try to adjust the volume as I edit this video, but it's gonna get a little louder because we're gonna go ahead and kind of, kind of crush. So we're gonna put it at like maybe point 0.4. All right. Uh, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and add some things that I like to add. Well, matter of fact, I can push the master here. All right. Let's see. We go back into um, the automation for the strings. Yeah. Okay. So we just gonna bring that back a little bit past um like that, a little bit past the end, cause it sounded like it it, it lost its release, right? Yeah. It's a lot better. A lot better. I like that. Something different. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge me. I hope you guys like it. And that's pretty much all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring up my voice down here. Bring that up just a tad bit. Um, a lot of this other stuff was just me just bouncing it down, kind of like tweaking stuff here and there, putting EQ on them as I bounce down, as just as I listen to it, toning them up, going for what I want to hear. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much the basic of it. I'm just trying to go through everything to see if I miss anything cool that I want to show you guys. That's what I did. I mean, it's pretty much basic, but there is a lot. I'll say there's more automation in this track than my you know, usual stuff. I usually just bounce everything out, but there's still a lot of instruments that I have that I just left there. Um, all of this here that you see is the sustain pedal. I have a sustain connected to my keyboard, so this information is just sustain. So if I was to go to this this area of the piano, we can see the sustain button here is just up and down, on and off, ones and zeros, zeros and ones. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, maybe I could show you guys this. Like for the organ, I have the drawbars activated via um, via automation, right? So let's see what happens here. ksound.com. So in order to do that, what I did was I have, let's see, it's the total of 9 bars, or let's see, yeah, about total of 9 or 10 faders here on this particular model, right? And I just used three faders on here to access these three right here, because I wanted to come from a mellow sound to excited, kind of bringing down the drawbars and bring it out. So just following the music here, this is kind of what I was doing, and as you can see, the automation is like the slope is downward because I'm drawing down the bars on the organ. So that was pretty cool, K-Sound. Right, and then we got the fast and the slow rotator, right? So that's all. Wait, that's that one note. We gotta fix that. Yeah, we gotta fix that. Can't let that slide. I should have known that was coming up, because it's just a repeat. Right. Right. Then I introduced the organ again at the end. All right, so that's all I wanted to show you guys. I hope you enjoy once again. Again, this is your boy Kevin Ellup from ksound.com. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, a wonderful evening. Whenever you are watching this, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. Likes are welcome. And remember, music is art. You're the artist. Paint your picture.
Mic off.